You're not alone. You're not alone. And this is for all my antisocial people out there, okay? I have been there. I am confirmed to be antisocial. My name is Dark Zell Kings 3.0, and I am here to talk about being antisocial and my perspective and examples in life about being antisocial. A lot of people get antisocial like mixed up on the true meaning, in my opinion, because I am just that. Some people think it truly means that you're scared to talk to people. No, I'm not scared to communicate with people. When I'm in a public setting, I like people, I really do. But I have no need to go out and initiate a conversation, if that makes sense, you know. I never actually had to feel like I had to go out and talk to somebody. Like, I was never scared. I didn't really look for a conversation. A lot of people would go by just saying, "Oh, he's antisocial. He's antisocial." I mean, sure, but it's very offensive. I don't like it. It is what it is, you know? Like, I don't sit back and think about what other people are thinking. I don't care about I don't care about other people's business. I gotta worry about myself, you know, because if I don't worry about myself, I could fall. And then I'm sucked into somebody else's business, you know? I don't want that to happen about me. My own family be like, "Oh, he doesn't talk that much, or he doesn't say that much, or he doesn't do, or he, no, I do a lot." He's more or less like, "I don't say that much, or I don't talk about anything." What is there to talk about? If it's nothing big, y'all don't really want to listen. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't want to talk about other things. I don't care about what the neighbors are doing. I don't care about that stuff. Like, that might sound crazy. That might sound like a disrespectful mindset, but it's not. It's my mindset. And I believe that most of y'all suffer this, and y'all just don't even like talking about it. That's why I'm making this video. The fact that I'm antisocial and I am saying something, we live in a generation where people believe that you should be talking to everybody. And that's true. You should be talking to everybody. You should be at every party, every event, everywhere. You should be at the clubs talking to people, getting lit, turned, blah, blah, blah. This, this. No. You don't have to be talking to all these random people, man. I literally made a big move recently in my life of talking to somebody new. Very cool person. Just started talking to him. I went out of my comfort zone and actually met this person in real life. I am 22. I am 22 years old. You get what I'm saying? I am trying to take big steps to like learn about myself. Like what feels comfortable to me? What doesn't? What feels wrong? Am I concerned about this? The person I have met has made it so comfortable and so amazing for me to be around them that talking doesn't feel like a task. That's the thing. I literally got off the phone with both of my older brothers, right? And literally I talked to both of them and I told them I'm antisocial. I notice. They notice. But the thing is, they know why I'm actually like the way I am. And they don't call me antisocial out in an insult way. Some people do that in my family. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. I'm a real person with feelings, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. I'm not, because it is what it is. I can tell you like it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. Especially when you tell other people I'm antisocial. Let them get a chance to come to me. You know? And if they come to me, I can hold a conversation. I can hold any conversation. We can talk about anything in the world. I'll give you a straight answer. Anything. I'll say yes or no. Give you my opinion. You can give me yours and we can keep going back and forth. But I'll do it in a respectful manner. I'm not going to slander you on your point of view. That is who I am. I'm not going to sit back and do that type of stuff. I know a few of my friends, they are antisocial, but I don't say they're antisocial, like, openly. Like, I notice. Cool. So I have to go to them and start something with them because they'll never do it. That's okay. Everybody is different. And some people are actually in another version of antisocial scared of talking to people. They're scared to talk to people because, people are crazy. They'll say something outlandish, put you on the spot of everything. And, you don't make it any better for me, for that person. The worst thing you can do to somebody who's antisocial is put them on the spot and everybody's just looking at them. That's the truth. Because I had that happen to me so many times and it just kills me every time. Am I scared? No. I'm just frustrated you would make a scene because for the first time, you just don't know how to talk to somebody like me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to dial it back. Still be you when you're talking to this person, but just be respectful. That's all I gotta say. If you're disrespectful, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't. I really don't. Keep it pushing the other way, bro. Or miss. I don't care. Sis or bro. Like, keep it pushing the other way. I don't want nothing to do with you. Honestly. I don't tolerate that disrespect, bro. I don't need to talk to you. And honestly, I know some tricks to solve this. Me? Okay. Let me state an example. I don't want y'all going in the comments and be like, oh, then he started talking about something else. No, this is an example of basically saying what I'm talking about right now. That I'm antisocial. Somebody was throwing a party about a couple, right? And literally, right, it put a lot of pressure on the girl because the person who threw the party literally was saying that they were already engaged and this is the fiance. So, and you think this is a good thing? And don't get me wrong, it is. It's exciting and I'm happy for the couple. But then you put so much pressure on that couple, you blow it up out of proportion, Like, oh yeah, this is the it couple, They can never be broken up. They can never, you know what I mean? That's not how that should be. So, the girl was having a panic attack in her room. You know what I mean? You get me? I know I'm recording this to talk to myself, basically. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm not getting no response, but I hope y'all get me. She was having a panic attack. I go upstairs, right? And I told her my history of me being like antisocial in crowds. And it makes me like, before I used to feel like I wanted that, like, it just felt like the worst feeling being around people. Especially people who were just too like, had big egos. They had to like stroke their ego. They had to, like, it was just too much, for me as a person to talk to, and she was being overwhelmed. She was overwhelmed. So I stayed with her upstairs for an hour, right? Just calming her down, talking to her. And I told her like it is. If anybody asks you some questions, you give a straight answer. You give the answer you want to give, not the answer they expect. Because if you give them an answer they expect and you don't want that, that means you're not coming off as genuine. You need to come off as genuine. You need to be yourself. You know what I mean? If you don't come off as genuine, then we got a problem there. We got a problem, man. We got a problem. Like, that's where the problem starts forming. You know what I mean? You don't have to lie either. You don't even have to say anything. You can be like, well, that's just between me and him. You know what I mean? Me and my guy. Or me and my girl. You know what I mean? Nobody doesn't have to know your business, bro. Like, there is no obligation of this person knowing this about this or that or this or that. You know what I mean? There's nothing about that, There's nothing that has to be about that per se, You can do and say what you want. But since she was having a panic attack, she couldn't be herself. So realistically I had to be there for her because I know how that feels. Because she is being put on the spot without her even being downstairs in the party. She's already on the spot. This party is for her and him. Mainly her, believe it or not, because guess what? She's from another country than us. She lives on the islands. You know what I mean? So she's not used, I don't know if she is used to this stuff, but I understand that she is having these emotions and feelings, like, and that's like a sign of antisocial too, because she said it herself. She's scared that if nobody ain't like come up to her or anything, it would make her feel self-conscious or and stuff. And it's so many people, and then they have these big expectations. Like, that's not fair to put all these expectations on one person who just met us today, you know? Like literally within the same week. And guess what? I have friends who have these exact same moments, bro. Like, y'all need to calm down with that. People who aren't antisocial watching this video, right? If you have somebody who doesn't really initiate a conversation or just don't want to talk to people on a daily, they're antisocial. But don't say it in a rude way. Say it like, hey man, I get what you're going through. It's cool. That's just who you are. You know what I mean? I'll come talk to you in a respectful, cool, and guess what? Believe it or not, that person has a lot of personality. Believe it or not, the person who doesn't talk at all has the most personality. I believe that to a point. They just keep it so bottled up and they keep it to themselves. So it's like, oh my gosh, like, oh, he doesn't talk to us and blah, blah, blah. So that means he's boring. Or she. No. Maybe they're just thinking like, how should I initiate a conversation? Can I build the courage to do that? And it might not just be, it's probably not fear. It's probably just that feeling of like, oh, why would I do that in the first place? Me, it's not fear. It's more like, why would I do that in the first place? I don't, like, I got my own stuff going on. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I have learned how to network from my people and talk to random people, engage. When I'm waiting in line, sometimes I engage in the conversation. Me, I'm a small talker now. Like, I don't need to be talking in groups and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Who knows? If I become a big YouTuber, I might have to be doing these gigantic lectures of how you made it. But one step at a time. One step at a time, guys. Just, if you are antisocial, just know you are not alone. Because I am right there with you. And I truly understand what you're going through. Even if it's not everything, I understand. And I want to make sure that you can come to this video personally and hear what I got to say. Because just because you're antisocial doesn't mean anything, in my opinion. It doesn't. What it means is that you just don't communicate with people the way how people think you should. You don't have to. You are who you are, okay? Be comfortable in your own skin. Move at your own pace. And that's all I gotta say. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.